Hello. Hey, is this seat taken? How you doing, baby? Are words that fit conveniently in a box titled manners a simple responsibility of humans? You see, we have to learn this because instinctively we are giving nothing but birth dates. On May 29th, 1917, a Rose birthed the Kennedy. A mere baby who would one day become the 35th president of our nation. The other day, I was watching a documentary and a woman described him as being nothing short of an angel, whose wings God obviously clipped so he can be downgraded to mortal being to teach humans who couldn't even drink from the same water fountain to stop, smile, wave, and say hello to one another. Oh, excuse me, is this seat taken? You see, my feet have been on active duty since the moment I realized their functionality. The date was December 1st, 1955, and a woman who could have easily been my grandmother shared the desire that every woman in the world has ever longed for. The ability to have a seat after a hard day's work. That day, Miss Parks traded her E for an A, her excellent black submissive behavior for acceptance. But this time of the actual woman who lives behind the black face. The mindsets were staged. There were lights. Now imagine a life where the curtain never closes, but somehow a star still manages to be born. An E for an A rose for a Rosa. How you doing, baby? Well, the words I heard my father say every morning before he kissed my mother. I saw the happiness that resided in her smile right before she geared her body up for a friendly game of cat and mouse. You see, my father forever chased my mother in love. Y'all, it just looked like a game to me. And at 14, all I was trying to do was be a player. They say you grow when you sleep. Well, at 2:30 one morning, my growth was stunted. A field trip to a barn with no animals. A whooping from a man who I didn't even recognize as my father. A vision I could no longer see because I had been robbed of the tools for sight. I must admit that I have never felt so close to Jesus until they wrapped a barbed wire around my neck. I can only imagine what his head went through. After making me over to look like every bit of a 1950s black mascot, I decided to take a swim for 3 days. You know, there just comes a time in your life where you don't want your parents to see what you become. But even after my death, one thing I still can't understand is how mothers can recognize the faces of their children even after they are gone. If JFK hadn't waved to the people of Dallas, he could have held his wife's hand one more time. If Rosa Parks had to learn to stand there, shut up, and stand on broken feet for just 10 more minutes, she would have never had a criminal record. If Emit had to realize that the how was how he was going to die, and that the you was going to be the cause, and that the doing would have been the last thing that he did, and that the baby would have never been his, and he could have saved it. And although we may have never known his name, I think his mother would have been okay with that. Hey, hello. Hey, is this seat taken? How you doing, baby? Are words that fit conveniently in a box titled manners. I'm going to attempt to use one now. If you can, please hold your lynches to the end. Thank you.